Well, some young entrepreneurs have questioned government's commitment towards promoting its youth entrepreneurship agenda. They argue that venturing into business remains a difficult task in spite of promises and assurances by government. Anekia Mensa Brampa has more in the following report.
Conversations about growing individual businesses and entrepreneurship always comes up when youth employment is mentioned, as well as on forums that discuss youth issues. A few days ago, the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, resurrected such conversations again when he called for young persons or individuals to venture into entrepreneurship because the payroll is full. Well, this generated a lot of reaction from both young and old.
And before we became Ghana, so to speak, we were already entrepreneurs. I think it's time to go back to our roots in terms of before we had the public service, what were we doing? We may not like what the minister said, but I think that is the reality and it's our truth. The question, though, is what are the ways and means that have been provided?
You have the young entrepreneurs who have got the dreams and possibly they will need to produce. When they produce, what type of commodity are they producing? And which market are they going to sell these products?
For some, government efforts in engaging actors in entrepreneurship keep failing.
It's a good discussion that is always held around the country every year. But in my opinion, the reality on the ground is not what I experience when I come for these programs. I've faced so many issues, especially as a woman, in trying to build my business, especially in a male-dominated industry like the financial services industry. I hear a lot of talk on we are helping gender equality and all that, but I don't experience it as a reality on the ground.
Some young entrepreneurs also believe that the lip service on the side of government is becoming too unbecoming. They expect more from the government.
There's things I'm hearing here for the first time that I didn't even know exist in Ghana because I had sort of given up. Regulatory, taxation, these are things that I think if the government helped us on, we would be okay. I'm not asking the government for money, but don't take the little money that I have.
You are a young entrepreneur. What would you say to the young people who have been asked to also venture into it?
Go into business knowing that there is a need, a solution, a bridge that you're creating. And so end-to-end is required that you have a good system and then a good structure such that your business can exist in your absence.
So we've heard from government reiterating the fact that young people should get into entrepreneurship. And we've also had the opportunity to speak to some of these young entrepreneurs who've also made their concerns known. But what would you also say? I'm sure the conversation will continue from here. I'm Anekia Mensa Brampa, TV3 Kempinski, Accra.